Hey folks, Jonathan here. Another little road trip. We're going to look at a 1959 Ford Fairlane Galaxy 500. And I think this is both. I know it's a Galaxy. A lot of these cars, because that was trim packages were both, but this is a two-door post car. I actually see a lot more hardtops than you see the post, but anyway, this is sort of not a barn find, but a shed find, and been there for a lot of years. And we're going to look at it and see if it's worth grabbing hold of. And we'll do if we get it, we'll do a first start on it. It's got a 352 with an automatic, and has a good paperwork with it, so it'll be something I'll be reselling if I get it. So we'll see how she looks when I get down there. Alright folks, we've made it here. I haven't seen anything but pictures of the car, but looks like he's got a couple of Ford Mustangs and stuff too, but old farm here, and that car's been sitting under the shelter for a long time, so we'll go check it out and see what it looks like. Figure out how in the heck I'm going to be able to get in there, because it's over in a building for a shed over that way. It might be a tough one to get out, we'll see. Alright, I'll show you more in a minute. Alright, you see what we're dealing with here, but we'll get her out one way or the other. Alright, we're getting closer. Getting her drug around. Been here for a long time. Okay folks, we've made it back and haven't unloaded yet, but I wanted to do a little walk around, show the worst spots and how bad it is, how good it is. Put some things down here. I don't know if there's any rust in that or not. There's not from the inside. Don't know if the camera will pick it up, but we'll try it. Maybe you can see that. Feels solid. I can't see it really, so maybe a little bit, but not much. Okay, worst spots on the car. Gonna be a little bit of rust right here, starting through. Everything else is good there. We got some problems here. Looks like it was dented and caused some of that. Everything else is good. I've seen a little bit of holes in starting in the hood there. Everything's pretty good until you get, we've got a crease in the door, but I think I can knock that out. Take the door panel off. I think it'll come out. And evidently it's got a little bit of Bondo in it because there's some cracked right here. I think it might have had damage there before and they fixed it, because I don't think there's any Bondo in it because of rust. Inside this rocker's nice and solid. I've got the other stainless fender skirt for it. Oh, I wish I had it where we could see the floor of it. I don't know about these. I know the 55s and 6s and stuff were bad about the cross members rusting out. But yeah, this made it a little different, but there's no rust on this underneath. Now this is supposed to be the 352 car, 300 horsepower, and 3-speed automatic, not the 2-speed. One was a 4-automatic and one was something else. But this is supposed to be the 3-speed. So, pretty solid old car. Good title, which is surprising. Now, the story I got from the grandson, which was who I was talking to about the car. I actually bought it from the grandparents. The grandson said that it, had run and drove about 10 years ago. Well, the grandpa, give me the whole story on it. His grandpa actually bought it 21 years ago, and it hasn't ran in at least 20 years. He started it, and he was going to restore it, just didn't do anything. This is a Galaxy Fairlane 500. As you can see, it says Fairlane 500 up there, Galaxy there. That was something I didn't realize they'd done until I run along them barn finds, and we was doing the videos on that. It's got the original stereo. It's got some knobs out and off. Crack in the windshield. That's terrible, but that's the way it goes. Headliner's falling down. Seats have been recovered at one time. It's not an original, that rolling pleat or whatever it is. Somebody's looks like put some carpet in it. I don't know how the floors are, whether they've been worked on, fixed. I don't feel anything from the bottom side, any rust at all. Yeah, feels really solid. I think this is a pretty solid old car. And he actually had it up on blocks, so I had to get it off the blocks before I could start getting it out from where it was, and it was in a bad spot there. And go up the other side. Little golf service tag. Yeah, I think this thing must have been bent in or something on this side right here. Somebody has done some work on this rocker. So this is probably the worst part of the entire car. It probably needs a rocker because it looks like it's pushed in some. It's not quite straight. Now the door ain't bad. They may have replaced the door. It is hard to say. And I'm looking at the VIN number, and I didn't even check it before I left to make sure it matched, but I see now that I know the last 4 numbers are right anyway, and I should have checked, but I was dealing with some pretty honest people. So. Alright, let me hop up and look at the engine. Well, I figured we'd look in the trunk first. At least it opened, and it opened with the key. I've actually got the keys for the car. And it don't look too bad. Let's see. There's the Galaxy side molding. And the Fairlane. So. Windshield wipers, which was missing. And the springs are good on them, that's surprising. Voyage regulator. The wrench, Napa, 7/16. I can use tools. I like tools. Man, this thing's solid. More brake shoes. Newspapers from '88. See, because when these things start rusting, that's where they start at. There's not a drop of rust in it. just a hole for the drain. Really solid. I don't think that's a hubcap for this car. That looks like an old Granada or something. I ain't either. I don't think it is. Put that cardboard there. Little bumper jack still here. Someone must change the key switch or something. That looks like a plug for one. Roll of black tape. Alright, well, I'm definitely not upset over the trunk. Okay, so Galaxy goes on the side, Fairlane goes on the back, and I've got the trim that goes here too, the big piece. So I don't think we're missing anything. Maybe hubcaps. Top solid. No rust anywhere. Let's see if the hood will open. I hadn't even looked at the engine at all. If you've ever been to one of them deals where the price is right, and I mean, you know, a fair price. I'm not saying, you know, it was junk price, but I'm saying it was a fair price. And when I got there, like I said, I had been talking to the grandson. So when I got there, the grandparents sort of acted like they wanted to change their mind. So I decided that it was probably a good thing if I wanted the car to buy the car, get them their money, and get loaded up and move on before they changed their mind. That's actually goes on the center of that. Oop. Yeah, the old plastic's just not holding up. So anyway, there we go. Hood open. Started open. Yeah, you can see where the seat was recovered. That's the original. Ah, the steering's not too bad. It's definitely not like that rat rod. No, that glove compartment may be locked. I just noticed it's got a dash pad. I didn't even realize 59 had a dash pad. Got some cracks in it. But it is what it is. Alright, let's look at the engine. Uh-oh. Okay, we got a safety valve. Alright. Okay, I've got the tank that goes on here. Makes me wonder what they was doing. Maybe he picked the tank up because it's got a water neck on it. Hold on just a minute, let me get the tank. Makes me wonder if maybe he bought the tank because it was missing or something. Don't know. Yeah, someone's got a water neck on it, but it should go there, I think. I assume this one had it. Well, we'll figure it out. Yep. 352 4 barrel. Alright. Well, this might turn out to be a pretty good car. It's pretty solid. He was replacing hoses. You see that one's new, and he said the engine's not stuck. And he said it's not froze because he didn't keep any water in it. Whew. Now, you know, normally I start these things and I don't change the oil in them, but you look at that. So we'll be changing the oil in this one before we start it. That's terrible. That makes me wonder what it looks like under them valve covers. We used to call them Quaker State engines, but I think it was more of people didn't change their oil like they should. Yeah, I can't see in it, but I bet it's gummed up. Engine will do that, especially if it runs too cold. Now, we're going to see if it's stuck. Oh, he's also got a battery box laying in the back seat that he'd already, looks like they've welded on and painted and got it ready. So he was working on it. He just didn't do much to it. Alright, let's see if she's stuck. No. She's turning. Alright, might as well check the transmission fluid too. See if this was a nut filter. A little bit, but yeah. You know, it sounds crazy, but honestly, could you imagine how much would be in the carburetor if the air filters didn't keep the rats and squirrels from getting in there? So I mean, it wasn't working as an air filter because the engine hadn't run in so long. So it's definitely a nut filter. But you know, all the stainless really looks good. Really clean up on the car. Whatever was on these, I don't know whether it just had the round pieces or what, they broke off. Alright. Ooh, that doesn't look bad at all. It's a whole lot better than what the oil looks. Alright. Generator. There you go. Darn pecan in there, or pecan. I don't know where you're from. Unfortunately, there's no thermostat in it. So what we'll probably do is take off the bottom radiator hose and we'll flush this whole system out before we ever hook it up, because whatever's in the engine, we don't want it to run into the radiator. So, but we can start it before that. Pretty nice little car. It's gonna work out really well. All right, let me go ahead and tell you. No, I did not buy this car as a project. I didn't buy this car to restore. I have no plans to restore it. What I have plans to do, this video that you're watching first, and probably, of course, the first start video, and that's probably going to be about it. I don't think I'm going to go through and do the brakes and gas tank and stuff on this one. I think we're just going to put her for sale after we do the first start, and I think it'll make somebody a good car to go through and redo. Call it a video. I think we'll do a first start on this one, and we'll see if somebody wants to give it a good home. Alright, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.